Greetings, viewers of YouTube. This is Blue Wolf, and I bid you welcome to the BDMC Command Center. Today, I am playing V-Rising. Now, this is not the first time I have ever played V-Rising, so this is not going to be a first reaction. However, we got really close to the end, but we didn't beat the game, so we've never fought the final boss. I am, however, still going to play this game on Brutal, given that I am a bit of a masochist. And I'm also going to tweak the settings to make things a bit more challenging. I am also going to tweak the settings to adapt to the fact that I am on a local session. Now, for those of you who don't know, this game is meant to be played on a server, which means when you log out, the clock will continue ticking. Not in the case of a local session. So this means that servant raids will take significantly longer to complete. So to account for this, I will be buffing server raids just a little bit, but to offset this, I will also be debuffing resource collection and looting in order to continue the added challenge of the game. Now, we can go ahead and get started. So I will go ahead and create the session by private game, and I am going to select Brutal. Alright, Soul Shard durability, I'm going to go ahead and lower to 7.75. Now, Soul Shards, you don't have access to until the very end of the game, but they do offer some very powerful abilities. Now, one thing I am going to do with this session that I've experimented with in the past is I'm going to dramatically increase intervals. I'm also going to increase the day length as well. All right, so the maximum length is one entire day. Now, here's the problem with that. This is still a local session, which means it'll take an entire day of gameplay, 24 hours. Now, that's not going to be enough to really justify this. So I'm going to lower this to 4 hours. Now, I could wind up justifying it by making the incursions long. So if I do that... You know what? I think I am going to do that, because that actually makes a little bit of sense. So I'm going to make the Mortium Rift Incursion interval extensive, and then I will make the rifts up to a total of 4 hours long. That makes sense to me. Okay, teleport bound items. I've played on servers that turn this setting off, but I'm actually going to keep this setting on because I want to build outposts. Turning this setting off actually eliminates that need, because that means you can simply teleport all your stuff to your base wherever it's located, as long as you have a vampiric teleporter. And that just is going to make the game too easy to complete. So I will leave this on. Bat-bound items and soul shards, I'm actually going to leave this on default. You see, the bat form is unlocked pretty late game, so preventing you from grabbing items kind of makes the bat form somewhat useless. So I think I'm actually going to leave these off, because you don't actually get the bat form until much later. Now, this is what I was talking about, the day length. I did a mock play session at one point, and I set the game day length to very long, and it actually feels a lot more immersive and realistic. So I'm going to keep it to very long. This will also force me to plan out my days and my nights. Daytime length. Now, I've set it to Swedish... I can't even say that. Swedish summer. I've set it to that before, and it feels a bit unrealistic because the sun doesn't even go down until after 10 p.m., which is quite nuts. So I'm going to set it to long, because then the day and night times are a bit more realistic, I think. Okay, for items, inventory stack multiplier, I don't really see the need on changing this. Making it smaller would just make it so that way I have to make more chests. It would make things a little bit more challenging, but in kind of an unnecessary way. Loot multiplier, this was set to 1.25. Gonna go the other way and set it to 0.75. This will make me have to kill more enemies, loot more chests. And we got Stygian Shard loot multiplier. I did make the sessions quite a bit longer, although they occur far less frequently. I am going to go ahead and set that to 0.75 for the added challenge and need to grind. And I will admit, grinding for Stygian shards is actually damn fun. So I actually don't mind that this will be a lot more difficult. Now, Servant Hunt multiplier, I'm actually going to buff this because of what I mentioned earlier. With this being a local session, the clock stops ticking as soon as I log out. And it still takes 8 to 12 hours of in-game time for this to be completed. So rather than debuffing this, I'm going to buff this to 1.25. But this will be offset by debuffing everything else, as that strictly involves what I am doing. So material yield multiplier, which is from chopping down trees, stone, I will debuff that as well. 0.75. Blood essence multiplier. I believe I will do the same thing here. So blood essence from killing live creatures. Durability loss multiplier. Multiplies the amount of durability suffered from dealing or receiving damage. You know what? I might do it. So 1.25. That'll make things a little bit more interesting. Multiplies the amount of maximum health. Is that for the player or is that everyone else? Okay, you know what? I'm going to leave that the same. Don't really see how that's different from resource yield multiplier, but you know what? I'm going to make that the same. 0.75. Physical power multiplier. Multiplies players' physical power. This value affects the amount of damage players deal when using weapon attacks and weapon skills. Okay, I will keep these the same. Alright, here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to make this cost more. But we'll have less time to restock. So that helps balance that out. Alright, so a lot of this is taking into account that you're playing on a server where the clock is always ticking. In this case, the clock is not ticking whenever I'm not in session. So that being said, I will have plenty of time to collect blood essence in order to fuel my castles. So I will increase the decay rate and increase the drain rate. Decay rate, of course, will occur if my castles run dry. Now, given that this is my own session, it's not really relevant that I have a castle limit. I might as well just push it up to 5. Castle relocation enabled, cooldown. My height limit I'd like to increase, and I would like to push the final up to its max and then balance it out accordingly. So 500, then that will be maxed out. So that'll make reaching level 5 quite the achievement, and I'll have plenty of tiles to work with to make whatever castle I want to. I also want to be able to max out my servants. So 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, that sounds fair. Vermin nest limitation, I never really needed more than 4, so I'll leave that. Max out my tombs. Arena station limitations, I've actually never used those, so I will just leave that on default. Now, cost multipliers, I think I am just going to keep the same since I'm already debuffing my material gathering. Forgive my slurring. Crafting rate, refinement cost. Now, some of the things that are refined actually already take quite a long time, so I will just leave these on default. I will not buff or debuff these. Okay, starting equipment, starting resources, and starting level. There is really no reason to buff any of these. So I am going to save this rule set a much harder, masochistic way to be a vampire. I think I am happy with everything. So there's my rule set.
This was ours. We ruled this land. We owned the night. But man rose up against us. We were overthrown. For centuries, hidden away in darkness. Tortured by thirst. Choking down dust. Starving. Until now, our hunt begins again.
I've watched that intro many times, and I honestly still love it. Now, while I make my character, I will explain that I have the music of this game turned off. It's not because I don't really like it, it's just because I like to add royalty-free music to it. I almost said my music, but it's not my music. It's music made by various artists that are royalty-free. So let me know in the comments what you think. Now for my character. I think I will go with that. I do like the added voiceovers, because back when I played this game, I played it when they didn't have voiceovers, and the vampires had more of a snaky kind of reptilian creature sound effect. I like how they managed to make the vampires sound much better. Alright, like I said, I have played this game before, so I'm familiar with the controls. That's why I'm playing this on Brutal. I have played Brutal up to a certain point, up to the first few bosses, but only so far. I do know that the bosses now have an extra ability, so I am going to have to make sure I am prepared when facing these bosses again and beyond, as I've only gone up to the third boss. But beyond that, it is complete unidentified territory in terms of the boss's abilities and any other NPC creatures that may have additional abilities. So far, all the rest of the non-boss creatures seem to be about the same. They just do more damage. Let's have a look. Now, I might have debuffed the materials, but it's still gonna feel relatively the same. I feel like in the tutorial, I feel like the enemies are still kind of going easy on me here.
Recognize my power.
Has been a little while since I've played, so I do appreciate the tutorials. Alright, I need a ring. Don't have enough bones for that.
Yet another accomplishment.
Newly awakened, PvP protected. That's another relevant thing, considering there's no other players around here. Alright. So spells. Oh, he's dead.
An achievement to be
Of course, he was already dead to begin with. Now, it's kind of funny that these enemies attack me so slow that it actually throws me off when it comes to triggering the blood right. I do remember that on my first playthrough of this. I remember the rats being a relatively scarce resource before you could actually build rat nests. So I'm gonna collect any rat I can find. There's actually quite a lot of bones laying around. I'm hunting around the graveyard looking for more bones from enemy skeletons, but there's actually quite a lot of them laying around. Alright. The sun is just about to come up. Not the best timing.
Recognize my power.
But might just stick with the graveyard areas right now. Rugged hide. That means I need to kill creatures. Good news is this area is highly wooded. Just wanted to kill you slowly. Just slightly short. Damn, just slightly out of range. You bitch.
Yet another accomplishment.
So bone axes and mace. I almost created another sword, which has been useless. Oh, that was the next
An
thing.
achievement to be sure.
So vermin salves.
I require more resources to get that.
Ah, you bitch. You're gonna run away from me. Ah, you bitch. You changed direction. I actually do not get a lot of blood essence from these things. So that's definitely going to make things a little bit more challenging for wolves. Wanted you to let me kill him so I can collect his essence. kind of need to start looking at where I want to set up ground zero. Thinking maybe I'll set up there. So I'll just make my way down and kill any enemies I encounter, as long as they're within a fair level, because there are some enemies here that I am not going to be able to kill at my current level. Might try it. Well, I can deal enough damage to it. Not the spider, though! Come on, chase me, bitch. Yeah. 36. I am not collecting a whole lot of essence, am I? So that is going to make Blood Crusher very valuable tool in this case, because I will need to crush everything to make sure I get enough blood essence. That is something I am not ready for yet. Soon. Very soon I get to kill you.
Approach.
Maybe that actually got their attention. Kind of didn't expect that to work. No. Oh God. Fuck.
I cannot go on.
Well, that's what I get for biting off more than I can chew. Immortality does not give me limitless potential. In all cases. And one thing I've noticed that I kind of wish I could change just for the sake of challenge is that when you die, or you're slain necessarily because you can't die as a vampire, you maintain the blood that you had last time, which previously in the beta builds of this game, you would lose your blood type and it would simply be half full of frail blood, which for those who don't know, it simply has no positive effects. It's just you're alive, and that's the only benefit that blood provides. Whereas when you bite a creature or a human with a certain quality of blood, it does offer certain benefits. But you used to get no such benefit after dying. You do, however, lose some of that blood when you die. I do like it that they have at least done that, or kept that. Ah, you bitch! Slow attacking bitch! Oh God. Oh God, there's so many! Ah! Oh, I'm gonna die. I don't have any of myself! Yes, I love how you can use the bite as a sort of ability. Oh! Ah! Almost got hit there. Ah, the tree! Holy crap. Somehow I survived that.
My blood. Restore my
Well,
blood.
thing of the sun shifts. That causes the shadows to shift as well. Not gonna lie, the debuff I applied on gaining blood essence is quite challenging. But guess what? I am not gonna change it. Because that makes things interesting. Ah, fuck. That is the alpha white wolf. I am not prepared to kill it. When I'm ready to come and kill it, I will kill it at night. I will wait until it is night. Alright. Got all of my loot back. I have enough blood essence. And we got some wolves. A lot of wolves. God, you and your delay. I didn't delay your death. Unsullied heart. It's a little early to receive that, huh? Oh boy, they're attacking the wolf. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait before fighting those things. Ah! Fuck! Fuck! You! Holy crap, that scared the crap out of me. Fucking forest dweller, really? I really have to put one of those fucking things in my ground zero? Now that I've finally arrived, I feel like this might make good practice for boss fights. Treat it like a boss fight. Maybe I can still kill it. See how much damage I can deal with to it. Roses. Okay, maybe doable. Well, that's gonna be tough. Thankfully, it attacks slow enough. Ah, I didn't have it ready. Bite me. Not good. Not good, I'm in the sun! What the fuck?! There we go, moon rises. Now take me on, bitch. I will not fail! Eat this! Ah! I got a little too into that, didn't I? Excellent.
Yet another accomplishment.
Now I can prepare ground zero. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and place my castle heart. I occasionally like to call it the castle core, because I just like that word better, but the game calls it a castle heart. Now this is my ground zero, but it will not be the location of my main base. It'll just be my base until I am strong enough to make it over to the farmlands. Because the farmlands will house one of my favorite base areas, which is up here. But I am not strong enough to kill anything there. So if I encounter anything, I will just be plain. Whew, okay, so I think I've cleared up enough of an area where I can go ahead and put this down.
I must gather blood to feed my castle heart.
Indeed. That will still last for just under 5 hours. Though it still lasts quite a long time despite the debuff.
An achievement, to be sure.
Of course, since this is a local session, that clock will only tick while I'm here. So if this was on a live server, that would be a problem. Because as soon as I log out, I come back, and my castle would be severely decayed. But it's quite alright, considering the clock will only tick while I'm here. So 5 hours in that sense is actually quite a lot of time. Can't help but notice that my castle core looks pretty dehydrated. Not a whole lot of blood there. Normally, it's quite full down here. Suppose I could commit some more murders. Make that a little bit more full. Of course, when I played with my friends years ago, we had so much blood essence stocked up that we didn't know what to do with it. And then when we were able to create greater essence out of it, we had so much that we just never ran out of blood essence. So that may change in this playthrough. Well, I guess I can fix that. These don't require blood essence anymore. I guess only once it becomes the indoor tiles do they require blood essence. I do like how blood essence in this game is kind of referred to as a form of mana. It really kind of adds a sort of alchemical feel to this game. I think I got enough resources for now. Alright, so pallicides. These are highly temporary. Kind of unnecessary, but I do like to have my base enclosed with some kind of wall. All right. Haunted night coffin. Might go with it, just for now. Razors, absolutely necessary. We'll be working here a lot during the daytime. Small chests, I am going to need a few of these, because I will be collecting as much as I can get.
Recognize my power.
Alright, sawmill. Where are you? Sawmill. Wood and stone. Okay, so I pretty much spent a pretty good portion of time chopping and chopping and chopping, so should have plenty of wood left over. I'm gonna dump all this in the sawmill and then deposit the rest. Okay, I think it is time I go hunt for some enemies, since it's still night, and I will continue that until daytime. That is a bear. You know what? It's a creature. Right in the ass. Hi! Give me a hug! What? How did that not work? I ain't fucking with you again! Haha, worked that time. Oh boy. There we go. It's 7 in the morning, so I should probably start heading back to ground zero anyway. Did not collect as much essence as I would like, but it will have to do. We got a little bit of blood. Thought I would have more done by now, but that's okay. I can go ahead and speed it up by doing 2. Okay. Construct a simple workbench. And do. Alright, I am now level 20.
Recognize my power.
Crack a V-Blood carrier by using the V-Blood menu. Uncover knowledge and power by drinking the blood of a V-Blood carrier. That means I'm just about ready to face my first boss. However, I see we got... Seems likely I will have to go with copper weapons first, but not the armor. Okay, I can now break copper ore. I can also make a vermin nest. Good, because I need rats. Blood press, might as well create that. I do have hearts to crush. That sounded awful. Alright, I will need to find copper. Ah, fuck you! You know what? I might actually be able to kill you. Ooh, you hurt. And you poison. Yeah, I'm having second thoughts. I ain't lying. Fudge! Ah! No! Oh. God.
Come to me.
Oh, no! Ah. Frickin' wolves. I should know better. Wondering if this is the mining camp over here. If it is, I can get a nice surplus of copper here. Of course, my inventory is nearly full, so I might have to ditch a few items such as stone, plant fiber, that sort. Oh gosh. I can't move! Yeah, that wasn't smart. Come on, punk. Come after me. You're still dead. Into the mine. There are a lot of enemies here. Oh gosh, they all spotted me. gosh. I don't know if I'm gonna survive this. Ow!
Death is not the end.
That was a bad move. I gotta get all that stuff back. Alright, I'm back. Now, one major mistake I made was I spotted a 70% root. Root is one of my favorite traits, and 70 is quite high considering my beginnings phase. So I thought it worth it to try and bite him during combat, but I ended up leaving myself vulnerable. So not to make that mistake again. Okay, got all my stuff back. Oh, I'm gonna mine copper. Oh, there's the 70 brute. This time my health was high enough I could sustain. Perfect. Oh, good thing they missed because my counter wasn't ready. Okay, I'm not gonna go down there because I'm not ready to face Errol just yet. Should pick up any hearts I find. Actually got quite a bit of unsullied hearts, considering level 90 might be worth it. Bite heals you for 5% of your maximum increased healing. That actually might be pretty workable. Oh my gosh, you're gonna do that to me. I am gonna be doing work, so your woodcutter is.
There's no space in my inventory.
Cool. Now I can make more copper. Alright, my last weapon is ready. I think I pretty much got all I need to take on that wolf. The alpha white wolf. That's going to do it for episode 0. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I'll be uploading episode 1 soon, where I hunt down and kill the alpha white wolf. This episode was a bit long because I did have to establish my foothold, but many upcoming episodes will be action-packed and full of boss battles. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and turn on notifications so that way you see when all the episodes come out. Thank you again for watching, and as always, happy hunting, Mercs.